I don't know that I'm going to get as far along this week as I had hoped because of the task here of getting these holes down to a good depth. I think what I'll do is I'll put the other bit on this that I think will bust through. Take a look here. It loosens up that hard packed soil really nice. But I mean, I only go down a little ways and I gotta dig out and then do it again, it looks like. A lot of rock on this one. If I'm going to be able to get this one broke. It's an awful big rock. I was just hoping to split a piece of it and just keep working my way up to the edge. I mean, this is a big rock, big rock. I would never be able to get it out of here. It would be a huge hole. And it's got a slope on it, so I'm having a hard time getting that to stay in place. All right. You gonna inspect, Cooper? I failed. Huge fail. This takes up the hole at the bottom here. Of course, we're not very deep right here, maybe 16 inches. But I can't get any deeper. This thing runs all the way down over to this side. And I was trying to break it off here. I tried to hit it here, but because of the slope, it just bounced away from it the whole time. So I tried to get a new angle by sitting down, and I still couldn't. I couldn't do much damage to this boulder. I mean, I barely put any chips in it. So I'm gonna not worry about this hole. I got two more here that I believe, yep, two more that I have to do, and they'll be done. As long as I can get these other two down to the depth I need and I don't run into something like this, I'll consider that good. I have 3, 6, 9, 12. I have 15 posts going to be on this little building. So I'm just looking for wet ends being cut the best. And I'm marking them so they'll be just above the ground level, torched. This is a good way to help make these last longer because you're burning them. And I've done this before with my other builds. So it's something I learned from Sean James a long time ago when he was doing one of his cabins. I've seen him do that and researched it, and it seems like a really good way. The other thing I use is a lot of times I use used oil. I'll put a little diesel in it so it thins it just a little bit so it'll absorb really good, and I'll put that on after I torch it, which I'll do today. And also, if I run out of the oil, I have linseed oil. That's boiled linseed oil. I bought 5 gallons of it years ago. I still have a bunch left. I probably have at least half of it left, maybe 3/4. So let's go ahead and fire this up. So I'm cutting these down. They're 7 inches wide. They're going to be 8 inches tall. I'm going to do for the joist 8-inch joists. So it'll be 2x8s. And I want them to match up to these, which will go on top of the post that I started burning earlier. And these will be my foundation framing. Now, I still need to cut 2 more of these. I got another fir tree up above that I can work with. And today's really windy, so I stopped torching the post. I'm not going to get them in today, and I don't think I would have anyways because there's 15 of them to do. But I'll go ahead and get these cut today, and hopefully tomorrow will be better. I'll start working on those tomorrow. I will go up tomorrow if it's windy, and I will cut that pine tree. And well, it's already cut down. What I got to do is take part of it so I can get 2 more posts out of it that are 12 feet long at least. I want them longer than I need. And that was cut down 2 years ago. So I'll get 2 more posts out of that, and then I'll cut some firewood out of it, and I'll haul that all down if it's windy tomorrow. If it's not windy tomorrow, I'll get back to doing the burning and getting those things torched to help preserve them. Then I'll also start putting my oil on them so that they can get even added more weatherproofing. All those posts, except for 3 of them, are Tamarack, which is pretty rot resistant. 3 of them are fir. Anyways, I'll get busy on this. This is Tamarack here, and that's going to be the foundation beams. These 3 are done. Alright, so these turned out really nice. They're completely flat. They match each other, so there's not going to be a variance in them. And as far as the width goes, that didn't really matter. If they were slightly off in width, and they very well could be, that's not going to bother me. I got 8-inch wide beams. These are 7 inches wide. So I did that so I could take a ledger board and put here. If I decide to do a ledger board, originally I was going to be higher and do the ledger board, but since I've changed my mind, I have found my brackets. So 2x8s is what I'm going to make. Since I haven't made them yet for the joist, I'm going to go 2x8s, which will perfectly match here. I'll go ahead and use what brackets I have, and I also have the galvanized nails for the brackets from a previous project. I had a deck build that I did at my last place I had. So I bought a lot of them. I have quite a few extras, not enough to do the whole job, but I can always pick up a few more. It'll be a minimal cost because, you know, I may as well use up what I have. So it'll do the job just nice rather than doing a ledger board, which I'll do in the next build. I won't be using hardware. It's going to be, the next build is going to be more of the old school, because it's going to be the Appalachian style log cabin. So this one's just more of a modern one. These beams are way overkill. I know that. I could have went by 2x8s or 2x10s, and I would have been just fine. And I could double them up and made, you know, 4x10 beams across there. But still, 7. It's like double the capacity. But this building will never sag. I've got plenty. I got 15 posts in there for a 10x20. It'll never sag. It'll be solid like a rock. I mean, this one isn't even as sturdy as this one's going to be built over here. And this building behind me over here, to my left anyway, is solid. It's very solid, and it's 5 feet above the ground. So, at least at the backside, not at the front. So, I'm pleased with that. It's just a little tiny to live in, but I'm dealing with it. If I can get this one done, I think I said it in the last video, if I can get this one done, next year I'll probably move into it. I'm going to put a loft in it. I wasn't going to do that before, but the reason is because I want to move into it, but I still want the storage ability in it. Because this one's too small to be pure storage. It'd make a better guest place. So if my kids ever want to come up. So, all right. I'm going to get back to it here, get the stuff moved. Sorry I didn't get as far as I had planned. It was a rough week digging in that upper area there is so full of rocks. So I had one boulder, obviously it was just too much to handle. I couldn't get it cut. And I couldn't get it to break apart with that hammer tool I bought. So, and now that was a small hammer tool too. So, I don't know. That rock, it easily could be 5 feet long and 4 feet deep. Who knows how big it is? It's huge. So, there was nothing I could do about it except for work with it. And with all the posts that I have in there, I think I'll be just fine. I'm not worried about it. Okie dokes. Thank you. Appreciate you watching. I hope you'll come back and see what's going on next week.